coming in, I'll just let you know I'm recording this. It's for my teacher. They are not focused on you, they're just watching how I teach. Okay, so that's why I'm recording. So I'm gonna be graded on it. Yeah. It's in the back. Yeah, but if you all could just pull out your Chromebooks and get connected to that Chrome deck or Pear deck.
Where do we put this stuff? By what you think is like your best, shows your understanding of like the question one. Like any of them. Yep.
Okay, we're just waiting for students. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started, but if you need to join, you can do that afterwards, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about connotation and denotation. So just to start, talk to your groups about these three sentences, which of the following sounds the most positive and which one sounds the most negative. So just go ahead and talk to your groups. Okay, which one do you think is the most positive of these three sentences? Yes.
The second one?
The second one, you need to be ambitious when you're looking for a job. Why is that? Yeah. Okay. Does everyone agree that ambitious is the most positive?
Yeah.
I've heard some others say that maybe assertive is the most positive, so it can be different for different people. Okay, what about what's the most negative?
I feel like pushy, it just kind of comes off like harsh. And
Yeah.
Not nice.
It does come off as harsh. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna watch a quick video about connotation and denotation.
Connotation and denotation. Denotation is the literal meaning of a word. For instance, the Webster Dictionary definition for the term unique is a word that is used to say that something or someone is unlike anything or anyone else, very special or unusual. But the word unique can have connotations attached to it. Connotations are the feelings or emotions attached to words. To some, unique can have the connotations such as strange or weird attached to it. Here's another one. Peter was a confident football player. This could be interpreted as positive or negative. Peter could be a cocky football player or one that knows what he's doing and plays the game well. It all depends on how you say it in the context of the sentence. Here's an example. Peter was such a confident football player that he was disregarding plays and letting his teammates down. Or, Peter was such a confident football player that his teammates were happy to have him in the game. Words have positive and negative connotations. The word skinny is more positive than gaunt, but the word slender is more positive than skinny. Words evoke meaning depending on how they are used in a sentence.
Created using Powtoon.
Yeah, so just kind of to recap, I suppose, denotation's like the dictionary definition of the word, and connotation is the unspoken emotional feeling. It's often based on your background and experiences. And yeah, so we'll have an example in the next one. Unusual. Denotation, unusual literally means remarkable or interesting. However, it can also kind of mean like weird, bizarre, right? So in that first sentence, the score of the basketball game was unusual because Iowa normally wins. That just kind of is the literal meaning, right? It's different from the norm. But if someone says that's an unusual outfit, that kind of means something different, doesn't it? If someone said that to me, I would think that they're basically saying that my outfit is ugly. And they just don't want to say it that way, right? Okay, so can anyone give a definition, the denotation of that covers talkative, conversational, chatty, and jabbering? Yes, Lucy.
Talks a lot.
Yep, talks a lot, exactly. Okay, but which one has the most positive connotation? Conversational. Do you all agree with that? Yeah. Does anyone want to share like why they think that maybe? Lucy.
Talkative is kind of neutral. Chatty could be viewed as annoying, and jabbering just sounds like in a bad way, where like you're talking about things that you shouldn't be talking about. And conversational is just like you know what to say and when to say it, so it's the most positive.
Yeah, perfect. Does everyone agree that jabbering's kind of the most negative? Yeah. It's almost like, you know, stop jabbering on, you know? Yeah, so I agree. Okay, so now we're gonna practice. As you look through them, make sure you're thinking about which word is the most positive or negative, rather than like which one fits the sentence the most. So which word has a more positive connotation? Our trip to Adventureland was good, fine, or wonderful.
I know that.
No, you're good. Yeah, so this is a Pear Deck slide, so you're like choosing it. Yep. Thank you. It's actually my roommate's. Stole it from her closet. Okay.
I don't know what you just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now? Okay,
Do you
perfect.
click, is that what you do?
Yeah, I don't really know. Okay, so most people said wonderful. One person said fine. It can be different for different
Right.
people, right?
Oh, flip back.
Okay. So then moving on to the next one. The villagers lived in a blank that they built themselves. Hut, shack, cabin. Which one of these is the most positive? Cabin? Is that what you're gonna say? Oh, no, you're, yeah, so instead of like trying to describe the picture, it's like, which one sounds the best, right? Which one's the most positive? So everyone picked cabin. I would probably agree, it sounds like cozier.
So if you were booking a vacation
Mhm.
and it described the place as a shack or a hut or a cabin, which would you rather see the place you're gonna stay in? Which would you rather see it described as?
Mhm.
Cabin.
Yeah.
Got a positive connotation.
Okay. And so now we're moving on to negative connotations for these next two examples. So which one's the most negative? When the family got home from vacation, they noticed their dog was looking slender, skinny, or thin. That poor dog. Yeah, it's a skinny dog. I guess I just kind of chose my own word there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog.
Alright, so this was kind of in the last class. It's a lot of different ones. People have different ideas of which one is the most negative, which again makes sense. Like in my mind, I would probably say skinny, because my parents were always like, oh, that person's so skinny, they need a bowl of soup, you know? But for a lot of other people, like thin or slender might be the most negative.
Slender's not growing or graceful, you know, like.
Yeah. Okay. So for Lady Gaga's concert outfits are usually very weird, freakish, and eccentric, I think are the three options. So which one of those is the most negative?
Oh, that was a quick decision.
Lots of people picking freakish or weird. Couple with eccentric. Yeah, freakish to me is kind of like really just saying is really negative. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions about connotation before we move on to the last slide? No. Okay. So the last one, why might an author consider the connotations of the words they use?
I think we saw this in the last article, though, but I think that author really chose those words to carefully and thought about the connotation.
Yeah.